Good afternoon to you. I'm Marion Brooks. We have learned of a shooting at Navy Pier that happened, we believe, within the hour. 2 people shot, 1 person critical. That is about the most information we have right now. But we do have Natalie Martinez on the phone for us. Natalie is in an area where she can actually see activity that goes on at Navy Pier. Natalie, what are you seeing right now?
Hi, Marion. I'm walking around the scene, so bear with me for just a moment as it's a little windy. But I can tell you I'm on the northwest corner, kind of by the bus terminal. If you're familiar with Navy Pier, you know where that is, right by the water. I can also tell you there are about area. I'm cordoning off the area and also, excuse me, with a few dozen bystanders. Many of them look like they are just kind of touring the area. I don't see an ambulance. I don't see a sense of urgency near an ambulance, so hopefully somebody was taken away, and that doesn't suggest a grave situation. However, police are milling around the area. They are mainly on the north side of the pier. So as you know, there's a lot of traffic typically on the south side when people are coming to visit. On the north side, you can see most of the police activity.
Natalie, we can see what look to be like SWAT tactical type officers. Can you see them? They look like they're making their way on that north side of the pier down as if they're walking toward the end of the pier. Can you see them from your vantage point?
Not from my vantage point. If you're seeing, I'm just coming up to our camera, though. I see a bunch in a huddle. I don't see any walking toward an area. However, there are police at pretty much every entrance. CPD blue shirts meeting up with some gentlemen on the northwest corner here, right by the Giordano's Pizzeria. Again, police cordoning off this area so that people are not going inside. Now I see a group of people running away, a group of visitors who appear to be running away from the situation, but the rest standing by trying to figure out exactly what's going on. As I was walking up, excuse me, I spoke with some people who just happened to be working in the area who said that they had heard that people were shot. They did not know in which portion this happened at. However, we expect to get a lot more information. Police are not coming over to offer any information to us right now. Obviously, they're very busy, as you know, how these situations kind of unfold. But we will be here to get any update that we possibly can, and also to see if any of these visitors or any of these witnesses may have seen something or can offer us some information and let us know what we're seeing here.
Natalie, hold on here with me because I know you are a veteran of a breaking news situation, particularly involving the police department. And you made a very good point when you said that you didn't see any urgency and you didn't see any ambulances or urgency around ambulances. What is interesting with the video that we're seeing right now, which is a live shot from our camera, which is, again, on the north side of the pier, apparently looking down that street that heads toward the end of the pier, the very eastern end of the pier, we do see quite a few of these tactical officers making their way down that way as if there is something that they may have been assigned to do. They do not have a great sense of urgency, however. Again, this is always something that we sort of look at to determine whether or not something might be an active situation if there is a great deal of urgency. So I know you know what to look for, Natalie. I know you've got a great sense of how these scenes operate. But right now, for example, I'm seeing a Coca-Cola truck making his way out. Again, no sense of urgency. Nobody is rushing them along, forcing them to get out of the way, telling people to get down or anything like that. All of this suggests that potentially there is no active threat. We don't have any facts to lead us to that conclusion. We just have the experience of having watched and been around breaking news for the many years that we have. So, Natalie, if you see obviously anything that you think warrants jumping back on with us, please do let us know. But I know you probably want to talk to some folks as well. But this does not appear to be an urgent situation. Again, the latest information we have is limited. About within the last hour, we had word that there was a shooting at Navy Pier. 2 people shot, 1 in critical condition. We do not have any other information about the condition of the second person that may have been shot in that area. Okay, so we are going to leave this live picture for you right now. Just be aware this is happening. Of course, we're going to bring you updated information for you whenever it does become available. This is Election Day. This is an important day in and of itself, no matter what else may be going on. We have a broadcast for you coming up at 3 o'clock this afternoon to bring you up to date on what's been happening locally with the election. We also have the network that will be having some afternoon coverage beginning in the 4 o'clock hour. In other words, between NBC5 and NBC News, we are your choice for election coverage, so be sure to tune in with us. And of course, if we need to update this story or any other story that is news of the day, we will be doing that as well. I'm Marion Brooks. I'll send you back to programming.